What's up to Lion Talk Live, sir? We love you too, buddy.
What's going on, guys? It is Aiden Hutchinson.
What's up, everybody? It's Calvin Johnson Jr. here, a.k.a. Megatron, a.k.a. First Ballot.
What's up, man? It's your boy Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Greetings and salutations to everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Dan Skipper, offensive weapon for the Detroit Lions. Make sure you all help support Lions Talk Live and Coach Dan by clicking on that like and subscribe button. Everybody, woo!
I love nothing more than watching Lions Talk Live every morning. Woo!
Woo!
Well, greetings and salutations, everybody out there in YouTube land. I'm your host once again, Dan Thornton, and I want to thank you all for joining me. Hey, this afternoon, it's just past 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You may already know this news, you may not, but I got to figure out enough of you don't that I wanted to go on air about it. Sorry I couldn't get it to you sooner. Just, had work and stuff, but man, oh man, let's just start with it. Detroit Lions, they may just be indeed a little bit snake bitten. Let's start with the big one right off the gate. MCDC took and talked to reporters about Ahmed Hassani, the promising young rookie, the 6th-round pick. Hey, he's got his own freight train of media hype behind him, the whole shebang bang. He might be out for the year. The MCDC was non-committal, but did say it's going to be a while. He also did say, based on what happens this week, him and Brad Holmes have already had conversations about making some phone calls. We're all going to have to read into that however you want. Does that mean maybe they're going to bring back Zadarius Smith, Matthew Judon, who is going to meet with the Miami Dolphins, I guess, this week from multiple different reports? But it's not good news for a Detroit Lions fan base who went through this all way too much last year with all the injuries. For those recapping at home, Enos Rakestraw, second-year player, out for this season. Levi Onwuzurike, he's played for a few years, out for the season. And you guys get it. Dan Action Jackson, the 7th-round pick, out for the season. And then a bunch of other guys, Kobe Scoresdale and some other guys, I probably can't remember all their names already this year. Before we've ever kicked off for week 1 of the regular season, they're out for the year. Nothing official has been set in stone in regards to Ahmed Hassani. It is being reported. It is both a pectoral muscle that has extended to his chest. That's as much of the information I know. They're trying to get some further evaluations. My anticipation is before they make an official announcement on how long he's going to be gone. What we do know, though, is it's going to be a while. He's not going to be there week 1, 2, 3, or 4 of the regular season. How far into the season it gets, that'll be the great question. We were talking about this morning's show. Lions thankfully have some depth on their defensive line right now. Could it be maybe somebody else that I projected getting cut now makes the team because of the injuries? Another part we should talk about, other than Ahmed Hassani's injury, is the lingering concerns, and Dan Campbell did talk about it, about Kirby Joseph and that knee. You guys may or may not remember, earlier in training camp, he was out for a while. Kind of everybody wondering where he was. People spotting him with a little bit of a thing on his leg and everything, not a brace or anything, but like a compression sleeve. Well, apparently that knee situation is lingering more and more. MCDC did say hoping to have him back later this week. But let's also be fair and be credit where credit's due, I guess you could say, for different people reporting on this. He's been dealing with this for the entire bit of training camp, and it hasn't significantly improved. Knee injuries are a big problem for guys that are asked to run around and guard super fast human beings that play the wide receiver, running back, whoever else. And if Kirby Joseph is limited, you have to imagine that's going to be a bit of a thing for him. All right, we're going to bring on Superfan Hutch right now. Thank you for joining us. Hey, not great news, obviously. Let's start with Ahmed Hassani before talking about Kirby Joseph. What are your thoughts on MCDC's take about the promising 6th-round pick?
Yeah, sounds like possibly could be the end of the year for Hassani. Not great news. It sucks. Pec injuries are always tough. If everyone remembers, kind of the same thing happened 2 years ago with C.J. Gardner-Johnson. He injured his pec. He was then obviously able to return. It just sucks for a guy, 6th-round pick was kind of, looked promising in the preseason. It sucks with Hassani. Obviously, Dan kind of said we don't know the severity of it yet. If anything pops up this week, we'll know more. But he just didn't really have a timetable for the return.
Let's talk about something else now. Kirby Joseph, we all get it as Lions fans. He's been seen out. He's been seen nursing a knee. We've heard about compression devices on his legs when he's walking around and stuff. But now we get news that he's going to miss a little bit more time this week from training camp. Obviously, the team trying to get him right, trying to get him ready for the first week of the regular season. As this thing lingers, how big of a deal do you think it is for the Detroit Lions secondary?
Yeah, this could be one of those things that we deal with even in the regular season. I don't know his severity. It doesn't sound like it's severe, but everyone knows with knees, it could be just something small right now, and it could turn into severe. I think that's why the Lions are kind of playing it so safe. Hutch,
we lost you.
Oh,
there you go. A little bit.
Nope.
Cutting in and out. There you go.
I'm interested. Let me see.
We can hear you.
So, I don't know. This is going to be one of those things that I'm interested to see how it goes through the season, because this could be those things where down the stretch it could, play in and out of. He plays this game and he's out too. He plays this game, and that'll be a big blow for this defense.
With the situation with Ahmed Hassani, do you think this adds any kind of urgency to the Lions to maybe sign a Judon, a Zadarius Smith, which we know is Judon's meeting with the Dolphins? I'm guessing as other injuries pop up for every other NFL team, maybe the phone rings for Zadarius Smith. If you're Brad Holmes, do you bring him in sooner versus later?
Yeah, I think you got to make the call on Z now. We have now, with Pascal being out, I know he's supposed to come back, but you now have lost Anzarike. Now you're looking at, a piece of your depth is you're losing possibly for the year. I know Dan did say, like, hey, if we know more, Brad's kind of in the market. He's been looking. He's keeping his eyes open. Right. I think Z to Detroit is going to happen. I think everyone knows it's probably just going to be the end of training camp or week one. But I think now is the time to bring him in, get him up to football conditioning shape. That way he's ready for week one. You just don't want to risk someone signing him and then him getting swept. Money talks, right? So, we might have an offer out there right now that he's okay with. But let's say, everyone wants to win a Super Bowl. Let's say the Bills have an injury. Let's say the Ravens have an injury. The Chiefs just lost someone they just put on IR. Let's say one of these teams come calling and offer him a little bit more. Now your reliability piece that you once had is no longer there.
Yeah, then just selfishly, that's kind of what I'm worried about, is that at some point other injuries are going to happen. His asking price is going to go up as there's more and more people in the market. All right, let's get everybody out of here. Let's not make this a long one, but hey, final thoughts on both these injuries and anything else you got to share with the Lions fans while we got you on the camera?
No, it sucks with Hassani. I hopefully get good news here in the coming week. I hope he's not out for the year, but like I said, those pec injuries can be crazy. Good news, we're getting Khalil Dorsey back. It sounds like his clock has been activated. Maurice Norris, it just sounds like it's going to be TBD. They don't even know. Dan kind of made it seem like he's like, I don't know if he's going to play football this year. That's just one you got to be careful with. But yeah, I think everyone knows that Kyle Allen is our QB2. And I do think this is going to be a Hendon Hooker audition. I think Hendon Hooker will be traded. Whether you can get a 7th for him, it's going to suck for the preseason. This last preseason game is going to be boring, but This is an audition for Hendon Hooker to get traded, man. He can't. It's just so hard to watch. I had so much hope, and it's just not going to work out for him here.
Like you said, this final preseason game, anybody probably of note for all teams, they're probably going to try to keep them safe, especially the way MCDC operates. All right, Hutch Jr., why don't you go ahead and give yourself a shout-out to everybody about your great work, where they can find you and help support your content.
Yeah, as always, you can find me on here. Dan, thanks for inviting me. Dew Crew, thanks for having you. As always, you can find me on Twitter, Superfan Hutch. You can find me now on Facebook with all the Lions updates, news, and stuff. It's The Lions Den. And then, as of always, cmvradio.com.
All right, take care, everybody. Be kind. Hit the subscribe. Hit the like button. Timothy, don't like it. I don't know what to tell you, man. That's what's being talked about. Go rain on somebody else's parade, man. I don't really put up with that here. So everybody take care. Have a great day. Do something kind for somebody you don't know. We'll see you all on the next Lions Talk Live. Take care, everybody.